Play Pibaro, Pynskhem Pi, Sakit but Kikubo,
The regularization of the decision that was made on reducing the taxes for petrol and diesel. So earlier we had done it with 2 rupees, and then later yesterday, if you recall, we had again revised the new tax rates for petrol and diesel. So both these decisions were regularized in the cabinet today. Then we also have decided, as you are aware, that there is the stamp duty on mining leases. There was a court order that came out that basically required the mining lease holders to pay 100% for the stamp duties against 50%, which was initially thought, as the miners earlier the interpretation was that the mining lease falls under the instruments of conveyance. So if it falls in the instrument of conveyance, then scheduled tribe and scheduled caste need to only pay 50% of the stamp duty. But that is not the case, and the court has given order that mining lease stamp duty is not an instrument of conveyance, and that hence mining lease holders will have to pay 100% on the stamp duty. So therefore this had to be regularized. So all the mining lease holders are being asked to immediately pay rest of the 50% for the mining lease. We are allowing them to pay half of it immediately and the rest of the half within 31st of March 2021. So this decision also was taken today in the cabinet. The fourth decision was to amend the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility Budget Management Act 2006. As you're aware, because of the COVID financial situation, the Government of India has allowed all the states to borrow additional 2%, and accordingly the FRBM Act needs to be amended, and therefore an ordinance was passed in that regard to amend the FRBM Act to allow the state government to take 5% of the overall GDP as debt, which is initially was at 3%. The permission has been given to all the states, and this amendment is part of that decision. And the last approval in the cabinet was regarding appointment of junior engineers in grade 1 under 3F for PhD department. So as you're aware, the PhD department had conducted interviews, and about 40 engineers, I think, have been appointed. 45 junior engineers needed to be appointed. So this was done under 3F because there is an urgency to have additional manpower, and there's a shortage for the implementation of the Jal Jeevan mission. And as you're aware that for Meghalaya the target is 3 years, therefore we need the required manpower, and the procedure through MPSC could take more than a year to complete this. Therefore, in the emergency case, we have allowed 45 junior engineers to be appointed under 3F by the PhD. Approximate revenue that we will be expecting to get from this 50% additional amount is about 27 crores. So my number of mining lease holders, that number is not with me right now, but that is additional revenue that